Alright, so here are some examples of the heparin problems from Miss Wise. So, a client that weighs 143 pounds is prescribed heparin, 17 units per kilogram per hour. The pharmacy supplies heparin, 100 units per milliliter. Which rate will the nurse set the pump in milliliters per hour? Round to the nearest whole number. Okay, so if you just stop for a second and look at the problem, ask yourself before you start, what are you looking for? What do you need to find? What is it asking you to find? It is asking you to find the milliliter per hour. So that is exactly what I'm going to start with. So I'm just going to write me a little note up here. So that way I know that my milliliters right here needs to be on the top of my problem. My hours need to be at the bottom of my problem. So by the time I get done with my problem, my milliliters will be up top and my hours will be somewhere on the bottom. But I'm always going to start with the first one right there. So I'm going to start with my milliliters. So where in my problem do I have milliliters? Well, I've got 100 units per 1 milliliter here. That's what the pharmacy supplies, so that's what I have on hand. I have on hand 100 units per milliliter, so that is what's going to be in my vial. So, I'm going to go ahead and put my 1 milliliter up here. I know it's on bottom right here, but for my problem, I need it to be on the top because I need milliliters on top. So, I'm going to put my 1 milliliter over 100 units. You use this as one whole thing. You got your 1 milliliter and 100 units. Alright, so I've got my milliliter. So that one's a check and that one's checked. But I need to get rid of this units. Units is not in this problem right here. So I'm going to bring my units up. I'm going to look back at my problem. Where in my problem does it say anything about units? Well, I know that my client is prescribed heparin 17 units per kilogram per hour. So that is what I'm going to use. So for this problem, to explain this, so this right here is one whole problem. I would take my 17 units because that's what I need right there. But I'm going to also put this on the bottom of the problem. So I'm going to take 17 units, put that on top, because my units right here is what I need on top. But I also got to tie in my kilograms and my hour. Well, so it kind of looks like my problem's done, right? Because I've got my milliliters and I've got my hours. My hours are right there. My units have canceled. But I still have one more thing left. My kilograms have not been canceled by anything, so this is still in the problem. So technically, if I finished out my problem, it would be milliliters per kilogram per hour. But that's not what this right here is asking. It's just asking for milliliters per hour, so I need to get rid of that kilogram. So I'm going to bring my kilogram up. Now I need to look at my problem again. Is there anything in my problem that states anything about kilograms? Not really, but we do have how much the client weighs. I've got 143 pounds right here. I know that for 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. So now my kilograms have canceled. I'm still not done though, because now I just need milliliters per hour. But I have this pound down here now. I've got to get rid of that pound to have my problem finished. So that's where this number right here comes in. So I'm going to take that, bring it right here. So I'm going to put my pounds. I've got 143 pounds over 1. So now you would do your math. Because if you look back at your problem's done. The only thing you've got to do is times everything and then divide. Because you have your milliliters. left with my milliliter and my hour. Everything else in that problem has canceled. So you would do 17 times 143, and then you're going to divide the bottom half by 2.2. You would get 11.05. It would be milliliters per hour. But I'm still not finished. Because now, since I've got my answer, I also have to round to the nearest whole number. This right here is not a whole number. To make that a whole number, since this is less than 50, I would leave it at 11 milliliters per hour. So that would be my answer, 11 milliliters.